Yeah,
Well, the
man.
other thing is you didn't have a lot of counter Antifa protesters out there either, which they always seem to throw up at the right wing events, but not this one.
Yeah, okay, all right. Um, let's see what's going on, Black Gen Z. What's happening, man?
What's good? What's good?
What you would have did in that situation, Black Gen Z, man?
I don't even know what we talking about. I just hopped in.
Oh, you ain't see it. Hold on, this is um this is real white
I would
supremacy,
have.
man. Huh?
I could tell you what I would have did.
Oh, okay. Who was that? The
This,
Listen Network. How you
yeah.
doing? Who are you? Who are you?
Well, I'm Tanisha from the I Listen Network. Thanks for supporting.
All
I watch
right, man.
today. I be cracking up.
Okay. What's up? Go ahead. Go ahead. What would you have done? You
But I
walking
would have
down.
insulted his ass right back. I mean, the insults don't stop with them. A cracker, Casper.
Man, they would have had you walking all in the grass and whatnot. You was walking all in the grass. Some man was like, "Shit, I ain't walking in the grass."
Oh,
Right there, they would have said, "They said, fuck you, nigga." They would have said, fuck you, you goddamn mammy."
yeah, I would have to say something and run.
Mammy.
Yeah, man, they got tough on you, man.
Yeah, we hate girls too. Real shit.
Yeah. So if this was your man, you'd have been proud of him, right? This brother. If this brother was your man, you'd have been proud of him.
No, no, no. Because he didn't really, he ain't do nothing. He couldn't do
Yeah.
at all, I mean, he's outnumbered. I mean, he just said what everybody would have did and said. I actually would have been proud if he would have insulted them. He's
DNA.
so right.
DNA.
Yeah. So you saying
DNA.
this wasn't enough? This wasn't enough right here.
DNA.
Right, man. Yo,
Not enough.
DNA.
Well, all he doing is barking, right? He just barking.
I mean, it's 20 of them, man. They got guns and knives.
I mean, shit. Just let it ride. What?
Like he wasn't macho at all. Like like you weren't doing nothing but bumping your gums. Like say something. He's in there calling you nigger all day. Yeah, nigger. Yeah, nigger. Okay, say something back.
Y'all
Like
see this?
that's so witty as hell. Like he should have said something.
See this? Chat. Do y'all see this? Chat. Hit one if you see this, man. Chat. Hit one if you see that. These sisters require an edge. When I say women love edge, it's different with sisters. Sisters look razor sharp. You gotta be like a scalpel.
I'm
This
good
ain't
on
enough.
that.
This ain't enough.
I just mind my business. Fuck it. I mean, I don't see how this affects him in any way. Like, just keep it moving.
Damn, the son, man. Sister think this dude a punk, man.
Especially nowadays. This shit don't even affect nobody. Like,
dude, I'm a guy and I bench 425 pounds. I squat 600 pounds, and I would walk straight by them and not give a fuck.
Damn, Gen Z with the humble brag on the low, man.
Okay.
God damn, damn, bro, Gen Z out here, he bench pressing Lizzo, man. Damn.
Not for real. But I'm saying, like, I could probably take at least 3 or 4 of them at the same time, and even with like all that, I'm totally not affected, by them marching and doing this.
I feel you. I feel the same way too, man. I feel you, man.
Yeah, but
literally
what if
give 2 fucks?
What if you walking down this street? I think this guy just happened to be walking. Look, he got a J in his hand. This guy was just walking down the street.
Nah, I think he seen them. I think he knew they was coming that way. He went that way because some men like that. Some men like, who the fuck is that over there? I'm walking over there. They ain't gonna do shit.
Salute to Austin Dovercourt, man. He says, salute, great work as always. Did you hear B More is suing Kia and Hyundai because their cars are too tempting for sons to resist?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, we heard about that. You played on that show before.
I did a story. Black men are destroying the auto insurance industry.
one key at a time. Salute to Honky Kong, man. He says they must have a sunward pass. Yeah, but homie got the J, man. Homie out here smoking the J. He got a little something to twist it up, man.
Yeah.
I think he was just walking. I don't think
he was feeling brave.
He
with
was
the
just out
joint.
there.
He should have just kept walking and say nothing. Just kept going about his business for real.
Man, you ain't impressed with this son man's bravery, man.
No, not at all. He stopped and didn't make it worthwhile. He didn't do nothing.
Here's the issue. When he walked by them, he didn't make eye contact. Like he looks like a bitch, just like at attention, looking straight.
Move, he made all of the move. He could make him give up the sidewalk.
Yeah, but he did all that talking after he done passed them. That shit was weak. Like if you gonna do something, nigga, bark in their face.
But he ain't do nothing until somebody said something to him. He was walking through waiting to see if somebody was gonna say something.
No, I feel y'all. I feel both of y'all on that. Real shit. I feel both of y'all on that. It's like he should, if he was gonna do something, he should have said something.
He should have said something right here.
He should have started. Yeah, he should. If he was gonna bark, he should start barking right there.
Yeah, but at the same time, with Sunman, our demeanor is just that enough. Like, man, I'm walking through this motherfucker, and motherfuckers ain't gonna say shit. That's our demeanor at the end of the day too.
And as soon as they ain't say nothing, look, they ain't say nothing until he got past. Watch when they say something. That's when the first time somebody said something.
Yeah. He called him a cracker. He said, "You fucking cracker."
Yo,
that was a bitch move. That was a bitch move.
Somehow that shit.
That was a bitch move. Yeah,
I think he punked them, man. He punked them because he walked through them and they ain't say nothing to the guy here.
Now he punked him off the strength of his skin, but at the end right there, that was a bitch move at the end right there. Like you said something at the last minute, like fucking cracker.
If you white supremacists, right? You should be salivating. You should, oh shit, they should have been like, when they see them in the distance, they should have said, oh shit, here come one now. Their chops, man.
Yeah, real shit.
He just looked disturbed.
Wow. So where are you from? I listen that way.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Ooh, we might have to do Pittsburgh first today. Jungle, my G. We do a set. Philly first, man. Philly first. Pittsburgh. Jungle. Oh yeah. Let me get to. I get to the Ja Morant shit after I do. I get to Ja Morant in a minute, man. But I wanna start off with this. Somebody gotta make sure you mute yourself, man. If you got shit dropping and shit.
Investigators have released photos of the gunman wanted for shooting a 14-year-old to death on a SEPTA L platform yesterday. They're asking for the public's help in finding him. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher joins us live from police headquarters with details. Brianna.
Yeah, Walter, a 14-year-old boy was shot and killed, and the person who did this is still out there. Now, police are asking for the public's help. Authorities just released these images of photos.
Like, I mean, when you got sons walking around like this, man, you in trouble.
Pooh shiesty mask, Pooh shiesty mask, Pooh shiesty mask.
He just looked like he gonna do something.
Yo, homeboy would be a problem with his face showing. Now he concealed. Oh my God, you talking about like a fucking goddamn atomic bomb just sitting around, man. You basically just got like a landmine. Like this is literally a landmine. Because if you piss him off, he got this on.
Authorities just released these images as Philadelphia police and SEPTA police are looking to identify a male suspect who's accused of shooting and killing a 14-year-old on Saturday. He appears to be dressed in all black with black and white sneakers and a black face covering. Police say they found the 14-year-old at the scene suffering from 2 gunshot wounds, but he died a short time later at the hospital. The shooting took place on the 5200 block of Market Street on the train platform for the Market Frankfurt line just after 2 p.m. Sources tell Action News that an altercation first broke out, turning physical between the suspect and the victim, which allegedly led to the shooting. The suspect immediately fled the scene. Sources also confirmed that the suspect likely tried to hide evidence of the crime by burning his clothes behind a laundromat near the scene. SEPTA released a statement responding to the shooting, saying in part, quote, SEPTA police is working closely with Philadelphia police to find the suspect in this case. This is a horrific tragedy, and our thoughts are with the family that has experienced unimaginable loss. Now, police are asking for anyone who may recognize the suspect seen in those photos just there to please contact them with any information. For now, we're live outside of police headquarters. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6, Action News. Walter.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Meanwhile, it was a...
Damn, they shooting brothers broad daylight on the train platform.
Another teen shot in Baltimore City. Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsey Krishner.
Hold on. Damn, that's another. Hold on. Time out, man. I gotta get my. Hold on a second. They shooting 14-year-olds everywhere, man.
It's an epidemic with this 14-year-old.
Last night we had 3 and we only went to 6 cities, man.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, man. So you do have kids?
Yeah.
These little niggas. Oh, sorry.
How old is your kid?
I got 2 boys, 19 and 13.
Woo.
Uh-oh. Sisters, come get your kids.
Yeah, man. You out here. You out here with a 19 and a 13-year-old. What kind of kids are they?
They're good kids. They stay in the house. They're not street. I don't play that. They're studious, so I don't have that knucklehead situations that I got to deal with. You know, my son, he graduated with honors, and I'm getting ready for the next one to do the same thing. So,
Was the father around?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the crib, or he around the block?
Oh yeah. I'm actually. We've been together for about 23 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Working on the 6-year anniversary coming up soon.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man.
Love to see it.
And do they have friends that are in the streets?
No, their friends are mirror images of them. And they do a lot of online, like my 13-year-old, he likes to game a lot. My 19-year-old, he's into computers, so I call him Geek Squad. So their friends, you know, are basically a mirror image of them.
Do they go to the local school?
Do they what?
To the local public school.
Yes, they do.
And are they gifted and talented or something like that? Classes?
Yeah, my oldest isn't gifted, not my youngest. But they're not into sports really. Well, my youngest likes basketball.
I'm talking about like academic, gifted and talented.
Yeah, my eldest is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good, man. Salute. So we don't have to worry about your son's carjacking us or nothing like that.
Nope. You actually got to worry about. Well, you don't got to worry about my son, but you actually would want to call him and ask him to help you with your computer or something like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. Salute, man. I be having computer problems. Salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's see what's going on in Baltimore, man. Jesus Christ.
Another teen shot in Baltimore City. Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsey Krishner. A 14-year-old girl was shot this afternoon in West Baltimore. Baltimore police say another juvenile pulled the trigger. Jessica Albert spoke to neighbors. She joins us live from Baltimore Police Headquarters tonight. Jessica.
Kelsey, the neighbor I spoke with told me that she is shaken that this shooting happened in the middle of the day on Mother's Day.
Baltimore police are investigating a shooting that injured
Look
a
at
14.
that don't look like a bad neighborhood, but you move us there, that be like, yo, man, that could be nice, right?
Yeah, we turn that around in 2 weeks. We turn that around 2 weeks. We flip a house in 2 weeks. But the whole neighborhood in 2 weeks.
Just our presence make this. This might as well be like goddamn fucking huts or some shit, man. Shit crazy.
10-year-old girl. It happened around 12:30 p.m. inside a home in the 1900 block of McCullough Street. Police say they arrested a juvenile male in connection with the shooting. Investigators have not released the suspect's age or how he knows the victim.
I mean, it's Mother's Day. You know, why would a mother have to even go through such, anguish and pain on Mother's Day?
We spoke to a neighbor who didn't want to be identified on camera. She says she saw the young girl pulled out of the home on a stretcher and watched as police arrested the suspect.
Police arrested the suspect. So you shot a god dog.
And we did try to confirm more details about this shooting from police, like the girl's condition right now, but they say that this is an ongoing investigation and there are no further details. Reporting live tonight in Baltimore.
We do Pittsburgh, man. So the guy on Rumble was asking me to do Pittsburgh for a while. We didn't get to finish it last time. You from Pittsburgh too? Salute to Dari Sawa. Dari Saw on Rumble. He says, strange that this all happens when Biden gave that crazy speech at HU. All fake. Yeah, it's convenient, man. Hey, I'm gonna get in the jar after this, man. Then we're going Ja Morant, man. Let's see. What's going on? Pittsburgh. Now how do you feel about Pittsburgh? Do you feel like you're safe in Pittsburgh?
Overall, it's just like anywhere for real. But I'm well known and I got a strong family backing. So for the most part, I feel I am as far as in the hoods and things like that. But there's still crazies and weirdos that you got to dodge out here. So it's a gloomy area. It's just trying to pick up, but it's just like, it's not like Philly, but it's like Philly's nephew.
Yeah, okay. Can you turn your TV in the background? Somebody, I don't know if it's you, but I think you got TV on in the background. It's picking up, or something playing in the background. But okay. You said a little Philly. I don't know, man. Babe, Philly's little cousin. Okay. We'll see, man. Let's see.
And the medical examiner has ruled the death of a woman who was shot in Pittsburgh's Homewood neighborhood in October as a
Homewood. That's where every time I come to Pittsburgh, it's a murder in Homewood.
Mm-hmm.
You know that area?
Yes, I do. There's a lot of, that area, once upon a time, like a lot of other areas, they were booming and thriving. And then, of course, a lot of poverty set in. And they stopped, building the communities up. A lot of murder started happening. So honestly, Homewood, Braddock, McKeesport, those are like the main 3 criteria areas that a lot of bad things go on. There's a lot of bars in these neighborhoods. It's just real. Homewood's always been trouble. I would never, ever move to Homewood.
So you said poverty set in.
Sounds sunny.
Yeah, did it just set like the sun set, or did it like what? Like
no,
what are you talking about?
Like when a area is like before it's gentrified, it's all nice and everything's cool. There's businesses, people coming in and now. It's a community that's making money.
So
it's no longer
are you
like
saying
Detroit, like basically like Detroit?
Yeah, exactly. Now it's no longer thriving. It's just there, and whoever's there is they're either going to leave or they stay there. You don't move there. There's nothing to it.
So you're saying before we got there it was good.
No, it was perceived as good because the snow people was coming in, and they were doing things, because it was operable for them. Once they didn't, want anything to do with it, and they start feeding the community with the money and funds, upholding everything, it started to just become like any other community that is just without.
So
it's just there.
So you're saying that once they left, so they came, made it good, and then we came, followed them there, and then they left, and then they sucked again.
No, we was there the whole time, and they came in. Then they decided to dip out. We stayed, and it's where it's at.
I mean, so the common denominator of it being good is them, and the common denominator of it sucking is us.
No, the common denominator of it being good is money. They brought in the money. They were never good. They just brought in the money. We ain't bringing in the money. If we bring in the money, it'd be okay too. But we ain't bringing in the money. I mean, we bring in the money for the bars. We ain't bringing in the money to, do anything substantial with the parks or anything, after school programs. We're not doing anything with that.
So the youth need more to do. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Because right now they're just, fixing the houses up and making them look good, but the environment's still the environment.
Yeah, you need to start watching this show a little bit more.
Okay, let me see. Let's see what the youth are doing here.
City Council is looking for answers to youth violence. The idea of enforcing the curfew was tossed around, but instead they're going to agree to look into opening resource centers. Chris Hoffman.
So they're gonna open up resource centers there in Pittsburgh that's gonna stop them from shooting each other. Okay.
Yeah, right.
You don't think that's gonna work, right?
I don't know. Where did it ever work?
The process will start with a new committee. Chris, tell us about that.
Ken, it's expected to be 9 people. There'll be 5 selected by the council president, Teresa Kale Smith, and the other 4 will be selected by Mayor Ed Gainey's office, and this committee is expected to be formed by next month. City Council is closer to at least one possible solution to address youth violence. Council President Teresa Kale Smith and the mayor's office want resource centers to be opened around the city.
I think we're on the same page with a lot of this stuff. I mean, we may disagree sometimes how to get there, but we agree something needs to be done. Something needs to be done quickly.
It's our joint desire to make sure that they have
a bunch of women making these decisions.
Have places to go, things to do, and a future, and
and that's that motherly stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like they're babying these little gremlins that are terrorizing the city. They want to be their mother. They want to, kiss their boo-boos. That doesn't work, man. That's not going to work.
Hope.
It is expected that someone from the mayor's office, city parks, council, and public safety will be involved in this committee. Kale Smith suggested there may be a need for subcommittees to make sure everyone gets a seat at the table.
There's a lot to discuss. I think we all have a vision of what we'd like to see. It's putting our visions together and coming up with some compromise quickly for the betterment of our children.
For Alyssa Fine, who owns a business in Squirrel Hill, she is hopeful these centers have some impact.
I don't know if all the students that are here are ones that would already be taking advantage of that, or maybe they're not interested in programs that are offered.
Outside her business, dozens of students wait for buses every day, but she says there's been several issues of smoking marijuana, littering, and kids getting into fights like this one last fall.
I would love to see them more engaged in the community, more respectful of this community in general.
Kale Smith wants 5 centers around the city, one in the north, south, east, west, and central parts, but at a
How much is that going to cost, man? How much is that going to cost?
Too much money.
Like, do they think about that? 5 resource centers. Who's going to pay for that?
The gliders.
Yep.
Like Mayo said, sons are keeping us from condos on the moon.
Yeah, but then sister Alyssa gonna be complaining that the gliders, when the gliders get tired of paying, she gonna be complaining that they left, man, and it's their fault because they stopped paying for the resource centers.
No, it ain't their fault. It's just a whole pie. It's what they're doing is not fixing anything. It's just like the women making the decisions in this situation. Like we can't
Why do they
really
have to fix it
make
though?
decisions
Why,
in this
why
type of
fix
situation.
it? You said fix it. Why do they have to fix it?
No, it's no, they don't have to fix it. It's what I'm saying is it's like a whole pie in this situation. There's no fix. There's no fix. But the women here that are making these decisions about these resource centers, they think that they're fixing something. And honestly, just being a woman, this is not our platform to be making decisions in. You need somebody stern, you need testosterone. Because, like you said earlier, we're emotional. It's coming from a mothering state. Like, how many places across the globe have you heard in the U.S. that's said we're going to open up resource centers as a problem to solve violence? It's never been a fix. It never will.
Yeah, it's just crazy. This is like now this. If they were saying this in 1988, I would give them a break. But god damn, how you saying this shit in 2023?
Of this community in general.
Cale Smith wants 5 centers around the city, one in the north, south, east, west, and central parts, but at a minimum, wants one open by the summer.
Maybe when we get the group together, maybe we may determine that there be an emergency place opened immediately. I don't know I don't know. I think that all depends on what the committee determines.
They don't understand anything about the streets. What neighborhood is that center gonna be in? Okay, so say that neighborhood's in a certain center in a certain area, right? Right. So what if teens it's certain teens that can't go that ain't welcome in that area? Their neighborhood is beefing with that area. So they can't go to that area because they're not welcome there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like different rivalries. Certain kids from certain neighborhoods ain't welcome in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
They don't consider none of that stuff. And then what happens if okay, now you got all these little hoodlums coming to the same place? What do you think's gonna happen?
Exactly. They're going to start setting it off.
Yeah. They're gonna start doing what they do when they're around each other in any other setting.
Yeah. It's our culture. They don't understand. There's no resource center to fix our culture. Like our young boys are growing up and they turn in the age of 13 and they're thinking their first career option is to go out on this corner and jug.
It is called the Teen Summit on Violence here at Mount Arrett Baptist Church. The essence of this gathering is to stop the violence and help these
And
teenagers.
this is kind of talks about what I wanted to talk about with Ja Morant. Everyone's calling him a fake thug, a fake gangster wannabe. But he's just trying to be what a real black man is. What black society says a real black man is. A hood nigga.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be what and he's not the only one. He's just doing the most. He does too much. He's like the ombrito or the white guy that you give the N-word pass to, and now he's saying nigga every other word. Even though black dudes don't talk like that. Black dudes don't say what's up, nigga, my nigga, my nigga. We don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But Ja Morant just doing too much. But a lot of black dudes try to be gangster. A lot of black dudes try to be hard. He just doing way too much, so everybody's focused on him. But a lot of them dudes is like that.
To survive long enough to see their next birthday. Raheem Williams took a break from the Teen Summit on Violence to gaze at a portrait of his best friend, Matthew Steffi Ross. He was one of the 2 teens killed during the mass shooting at a Northside house party early Easter Sunday morning. Ross's death and scores of others fuel this Teen Summit on Violence. They deal with how to cope and what ignites the desire to kill.
When things cause pain, what do you do with pain? Like, you either can get happy, like, and make it a positive thing, or you can just cause pain yourself and make it something negative.
We're doing things in a moment, but are we truly understanding what we're doing? Are we really understanding when we take someone's life what we're doing just because we're in anger or frustrated?
This summit was organized by Youth Enrichment Services, also known as YES. For 30 years, it has been driven to teach inner city youth life skills in the face of obstacles, but their mission lately has become more intense.
We said to ourselves, we want to see these kids just to get to their next birthday. And if we can help every kid see all the birthdays that God has planned for them and to reach the greatness that they're all destined to.
United States Attorney of
See,
Western...
right there, everybody's not destined for greatness. And that's another thing with the Black community. Everybody, they tell you that everybody think they're going to be a millionaire. Everybody think they're going to be famous. Everybody think they're going to get a record deal. Everybody think they're going to play in the NBA. Nobody want to be an HVAC technician. Nobody want to drive a bus. Nobody want to get a CDL. Everybody want to either be a football player, a basketball player, a rapper, or actor, or singer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not destined for greatness.
They want to be a millionaire or just on the streets. They don't want to be a blue-collar worker.
Yeah,
but I'd say that's really telling, though, Ak. It says, our goal is just to get them to their next birthday.
Yeah.
Yep. Instant gratification. That's all.
Yeah, Yeah, they don't have deferment of gratification. It's like your son. You said your son works on computers. Somebody got to fix your fucking computer, man.
Yeah. Plan for them and to reach the greatness that they're all destined to.
United States Attorney of Western Pennsylvania, Cindy Chung, moderated a panel discussion.
Sydney Chung is what the fuck? Why is she moderating this shit? What the fuck does she know about this shit?
Attorney of Western Pennsylvania, Cindy Chung, moderated a panel discussion. Professionals from law enforcement, social services, and education sat in to observe.
The violence that takes place in our city has become something of a norm for our teens here. And what I heard that kind of sparked my interest the most was they really want that to change.
And out of this summit, organizers hope to create a teen task force to further deal with the violence.
I mean,
we need a baby scorpion squad.
Yeah, that's what you need. Crack some heads, man. Crack some skulls, man. The hell's going on? Look at this.
I'll tell you one thing. Working with computers, though, you learn how to not have instant gratification because you have to figure out the problem. Instant gratification doesn't work with computers.
No.
You're right about that.
But see, her sons are biracial, so they get that from their father, right?
Oh, my sons?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm with a black man. No, my husband's from Homewood. He was them street dudes. Actually, he was of that league. The very thing that we watch and talk about, he was one of those guys. But you know, he met me and calmed down, and you know.
Oh, so your son, man, you had a real son, man.
Yeah.
He's an contender.
From Homewood. He's from Homewood, so he ran around. He did a lot of, the street. He has a street background. But I met him when I was 16. He was 18. We had our son. I was 19, and he calmed down, and that's just it. Rest is history.
Damn. So you sisters, you sisters. It's like every time, man. Like, God damn, I thought you had a Poindexter or something, man. You got a goddamn Tyrone, man.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's got a channel. He's on Your Average at Best, Truth Topics. So if you check him out, you'll be able to see who he is, But
his name Average at Best.
Yeah, his channel is Your Average at Best, and also Truth Topics. He's doing real well on his channels. I just, didn't really get with mine yet. I just started getting with mine, so I'm a little channel, but we getting there though. But yeah, he's been doing his thing on the internet for
man right here.
now.
Is this your
Yes,
son?
that's him. Yep.
I think I've watched the video of his before. That's crazy. I think I did. I have seen a video a long time ago. It wasn't recently though, but it was a long time ago. Yeah, I seen a video of him. Yeah. He not too woke. He kind of like he a son man. He's still a son man, but he kind of like call it fair. You know what I'm saying? Call it real.
Yeah.
He don't condone the bullshit.
No, not at all. He
Yeah.
talks about he says all the time, I was one of those nigglets and rookie goons and running around in the street. I'm from that league. He quotes that a lot in his videos. So
Okay. Wow. That's deep, man. That's deep, man. Let me see.
On 2/24/23, officers from the Zone 5 FIT unit were investigating suspects involved in illegal narcotics activity. Slid on these boys. Coming from North Basement to that other dude with the short dreads, he's got it in his hand. Oh. They on him. Oh. They on him quick. I don't get it. They was on him quick because there was a cop there. What was he doing? Like he was just waiting for backup or something? Because he said, I see that crack right there. Boy, he got that whole Billy Boulder sitting right there. Y'all see him? Whole Billy Boulder in between his head, boy.
Maurice, where's Maurice?
He said, Maurice. I thought that.
What do you think about what I say? Sunmen shouldn't.
I watched some of the videos too before.
Okay, yeah. I think some men shouldn't smoke weed, man. I don't think some men should smoke weed, man. It would make us lazy, man.
I be smoking this shit.
Yeah, but I don't think some men should smoke weed. It make us lazy, and it make us it make us our thoughts real kind of like violent, man. I think it make us paranoid, and the paranoia leads to violence, man.
It just depends on who. It just depends on who.
yeah, I agree. It depends on who.
And they tolerance too.
Yeah, because for some people it does the reverse. It actually calms you and chills you out.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, man. So salute to your son, man. Salute to your son, man.
Thank you.
What he got? He got 21,000. Make sure you subscribe to Truth Topics, man. That's our listener son, man. Shout out to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Shout out to Builder, Mr. Builder, coming through once again, man. Shout out to Mr. Builder, man. We gotta get Builder back up here, man. I give Builder 5 minutes, man, and to just rant, man, and then send him on his way, man. Salute to let's do Memphis, man, because in honor of Ja Morant, let me just go to this Ja Morant thing on Twitter, man, because I want to talk about this, man. Ja Morant.
And Milwaukee had Kia boys crash into a bus.
I saw that was a mess.
Yeah, we did Milwaukee last night, man. It's like some of these cities you could do them every night, man.
I just saw. Did you do the 4 guys that shot that female cop in Chicago?
Yeah, we did. I did that for like I followed that whole thing for like a week, man.
I just saw that, man. Did you know that one of them called one of his boys and bragged about? Yeah, you see that?
Yeah,
That work on
definitely.
TV.
Definitely. Yeah. If it wasn't that cop, we wouldn't have known about it. They brag about that stuff online. They keep score. Like this, like if one crew killed 10 of this crew and the other crew killed 13 of the other crew, they'd be like, we up 3. And then say they come back and kill 1 that night, they'd be like, okay, y'all only up 2 now. They sick, man. Hey, these young black dudes are sick, man.
There's no fixing them, man. They got to be locked up forever. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. And everybody want to act like it's not happening. It's happening, Jack.
Yeah,
Trust me.
everybody's still running around about Jordan Neely, you know.
Yeah, it's happening. So this guy right here in the NBA, Ja Morant, everybody familiar. Hit one if you're familiar with the backstory. He got in trouble. And here's the thing, this is the thing, people don't understand why this is a problem. Guns is legal. They got constitutional carry in Memphis. Yeah, but he works for the NBA. He's like, it's not like he's a regular person. He has a code of conduct. He signed a contract with a code of conduct in the contract. He can't bring shame to the league and embarrassment and hurt the image of the league. Because people are on here talking about some guns is legal. You see people, white people got guns and all this crazy shit. He's listening to gangster music that's talking about killing and robbing and stealing while playing with guns on IG. That's not becoming of a young man who's supposed to be the face of the league. A young man you're going to invest $250 million in. That's unbecoming. Gen Z, don't you agree with that? You agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And the sad part about this is, this guy's a repeat offender. He needs some very intense discipline straightening. Me personally, I'm thinking he's pretty much at his last straw, at least with the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is not an environment that he needs to be in right now. I mean, it's just too tumultuous. There's too many black men who are killing each other and too many black men involved in the streets. And that's a negative influence on him. And it's pretty much perfect timing to the NBA Youngboy album dropping. And, NBA Youngboy, he's pretty much on a tirade right now. But I do want to quote one of the bars that I had seen Ja Morant singing on this live. And, it comes from a song that NBA Youngboy just put out called Fuck the Industry Part 2, where he disses pretty much, a lot of different mainstream rappers like J. Cole, Lil Yachty, and
he dissed
Drake.
J. Cole? Damn.
Yes, he dissed J. Cole, and I'll read the bar. The first verse says, Top said, and the people call him Top, if you guys don't know. It says, Top says, fuck these niggas all in the industry. Bitch ass niggas be clicking up and thinking they gonna finish me. Bitch, I take these millions to get at you. It ain't no getting at me. Bitch, I send them hitters at you. Boy, don't say shit to me. Talk to Drake, cross FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. Told me that he fuck with Dirk. Damn, that shit's getting to me. Told me that he liked the shit I'm doing, but can't do shit with me. So when we cross our ways, fuck what you say, bitch, you my enemy. Jay, and he's talking about J. Cole. Jay a hoe, that nigga played it cold. And, double entendre, play on words. Like he was going to do a feature. So I texted his line, a muscle sign. I swear it's going to be nice to meet you. Pussy niggas trying to close the door. Bitch, you ain't heard. Back from Baton Rouge to the New Orleans, we cutthroat. And, and then if you guys don't know, J. Cole just did a song with Lil Durk, and it's like an inspirational positivity type vibe, like a We Are the World type vibe. But one of the last bars that NBA Youngboy said in this song, which I had seen Ja Morant, lip sync with or repeat on this same live, because they're listening to the album, the full album in this live video on his Homeboys Live. The last few bars, it says, the hitter came way from New Orleans. that split him in them apartment. Oh yeah, and he did do a diss at Jay Prince. I'll read that part. He says, trying to think of something else just to say, I hate you niggas. Nigga, bring your bold ass to Salt Lake. You a gangster, nigga. Go ask Jay Prince. I'll kill your daddy, bitch. I ain't worried, nigga. I got Stunner with me. He's talking about Birdman. And bitch, I got Fee. That's to get money with me. So he's basically saying he'll put a hit on Jay Prince senior and junior, I guess. He said the hitter came way from New Orleans that split him in them apartments. So Mr. Rap Boy, shit like that, what got me as a target. And I guess he's referencing Rap a lot. He says, don't forget it. I paid them young niggas word round they claiming they gonna kill me. I birthed you young niggas and bitch, I'm bound to kill an infant. So, you know, this is the type of music that Ja Morant is being indoctrinated with, along with, you know, the guys that he's spending his time with. Very negative influences on his mental psyche, and it's self-induced. And when you see this as a commissioner, as an NBA coach, owner, even his teammates, you got to sit back, shake your head, and wonder, why throw it all away for this, you know, what we call in the community street cred.
Wow, that's crazy, man. You're listening to that and playing with guns and probably smoking weed, and you're around other dangerous, violent guys. I just don't like the putting the gun to your head type shit. Like, what if it goes off?
Well, Jason Williams blew a hole through his own chauffeur.
Yeah, it's like
with a shotgun, man.
Yeah, look at these two. They driving around playing with a gun while driving. His buddy tried to save him. His buddy tried to put the
he put the phone down.
Yeah, he put the phone down when he saw that this idiot.
Did you see what Kwame Brown said?
Yeah, NBA dumb boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this NBA dumb boy, man.
Exactly what he is, dumb boy.
Yeah. And no one else is doing this. Like, it's not like it's an epidemic of NBA players. I'm sure they play with their guns and all that stuff off camera. But none of them are doing this on camera, because this is basically telling kids, this is co-signing the gangster lifestyle. This is co-signing the bullshit.
And,
you know,
and him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, he probably needs to go through a firearm accident, something serious. Firearm safety is, not. It's not taught in the Black community. As you guys can see, a lot of these guys are playing with these firearms like they're guns and or like they're toys. And this is no toy. This is something that can take your life or somebody very close to you's life. And for one, you're never supposed to point a firearm at anyone unless you're using it in self-defense, let alone yourself. And for this is suicidal ideation. He needs a therapist, because when you point a firearm at your own head, that just shows you how careless you are, not only about the people around you, but your own safety.
Yeah. Go ahead, listen.
Now, I would say, there's a lot of our Black young guys that make it, and they seem to not want to leave the hood alone. They want to pack it up in a suitcase and bring it along with them. It's like, you made it, right? So show that you made it and leave that lifestyle alone. But they're the types that want to go to their hood, pull up in a Maserati and stunt. And that does something for them.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, and the guy said this one time, and it really blew my mind on the show. The streets, right? The streets are the way they are because of us. If it was another group that was in the American streets, it would be different. Like
Yeah, you're right.
when the Italians had the streets, it was structured. It was very violent, very, very violent. Their fucking guys were thugs and fucking bullying people and extorting people. Their main thing was extortion. You know what I'm saying? You pay, they're making the little businesses pay them for protection and shit like that. Loan sharking. Those guys, racketeering. Those guys are thugs, straight up thugs. But they had it structured because that's the way they operate. When
Yeah.
those have gang communities, they have it. It's different. The reason the streets are so grimy and so fucking dangerous and ugly is because of us. This is our interpretation of the streets.
Yep.
The well-known Memphis rapper.
Memphis is a dangerous city, man. And I get him being there, being rich, being young, having dreads, having tattoos. He wants to fit in, man. And at 22, 23, 24, I mean, I probably would have did the same thing. But look here's the thing. Fitting in means being a fucking jackass.
Yep.
To you, yeah. You said you never leave.
New this morning, as the violence continues to rise in Memphis, a group of Memphis artists are coming together to try to stop the violence with music. That gives me chills.
Yeah, Memphis
trying to stop the violence with music.
Artists United brings
that just shows you there's no solution.
Artists from different backgrounds.
They can't read the room. They can't read the room. Stop the violence with the music is, I mean, dare I say, causing the violence.
Exactly. It's perpetuating. It's not causing it, but it's perpetuating and proliferating it. Salute to Amber C.
And glorifying and magnifying.
With the Cash App.
Called Coming Back.
Box 13 Sheila O'Connor joins us live. I know you spent some time with these artists. How did this all come together?
It came together rather quickly, Val. Kavonjay Braden, he's actually the one who orchestrated everything. He started.
Kavonjay Braden.
I think it was Kavonjay. With a K. Kavonjay.
Something Vonjay. Kavonjay.
Never had a chance.
I did. He told me the reason behind starting it is because he himself has been affected by gun violence. He lost his son-in-law to a shooting. He was shot and killed. And that was the moment when he realized he needed to come together and do something and use his platform to raise awareness about this issue. So he got together with his friends, Ty Boyland, he's a music producer, and the well-known Memphis rapper Al Capone sent them a piece of music, and they were all inspired immediately. And they gathered different artists across the city of Memphis. You'll see different age groups. You have the OG rappers here, and you've also
the well-known Memphis rapper Al Capone. It just, oh God.
Also got up-and-coming artists as well. Each person in this song wrote their own verses. So it's their perspective on the gun violence that's happening here in the city of Memphis. And when you listen to the song, you can really hear the passion in their voices as well. I spoke to the three men behind all of this. Ty Boyland says this is an issue that we've really got to get ahead of. And Al Capone talked to me about what exactly inspired him with the music when he heard it.
If we keep choosing to ignore the situation, we're going to end up attending more funerals than graduations.
I literally got right up, wrote the lyrics, went right into the studio, recorded it, and sent it back to him and said, "What do you think?"
And again, it all came together.
These old
they have. Let me get this straight.
Change the streets.
Let me get this straight. They have a rapper named after a famous gangster rapping about anti-violence.
Yeah.
Why don't they have like a rapper named Killer Murderer, like, you know, talking about can we all get along?
They do. Killer Mike.
They got a whole bunch of them. They got a bunch
See murder.
Yeah, they got a bunch of that, man. Listen, man. There's no solutions out here, man.
Shots fired in southwest Memphis overnight. When officers arrived on the scene, they discovered 2 people dead. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. The violent attack happened just before 8 p.m. One woman tells WREG's Streeta Patterson that it was crimes like this one that forced her out of the area she once called home.
Those living here in southwest Memphis near East Peebles and Meadowbrook awoke to news of a double homicide outside their front doors.
I'm really ashamed of Memphis. I've been here all my life. I was born and raised here. It's a disgrace.
Which led this woman whose face
It's a disgrace.
we are not showing to leave this community just a few months back.
I recently moved away from after this year.
Police were investigating the double shooting just before 8 p.m. Sunday night. By Monday morning, the area was clear. However, what remains unclear is what prompted the violence. An attack hitting too close to home for many.
You know, it got to start off in your home. I have children. Not saying my children are perfect, Miss Patty. No, ma'am.
Perhaps not perfect, but certainly productive.
When they say their children ain't perfect, I mean they're fucking
that don't sound good.
Hardened thugs. They hardened criminals, man. She not talking about like they just like, bring home or see sometime or
right,
stay out late every once in a while. You talking about been to the fucking joint or some shit like that.
Those we spoke with calling what happened here alarming for several reasons. Number one, the location, considering it happened a few feet from a church, which is just behind me, but also under the watchful eye of Big Brother. As we scan the area, we can see for ourselves plenty of home surveillance cameras. Just as alarming is the harsh reality that every rose has its thorn, which implies sometimes there is the strange mix of good and evil, leaving some to really focus on what's being cultivated and the direction in which things are going.
We're sinking our own shit, and people don't realize it.
Sure.
Listen, man, it's no solution. This is where this is the city where he's playing, and these people, these people are fucking living in abject fucking war zone, man. And they wanna and what do they talk about? They talk about the police. They talk about the police, what the police is doing, police brutality and shit like that. These people are crazy, man. It's crazy.
Colin, thank you. And not only is the NBA reacting to this latest incident involving Morant, but tonight we're hearing from Grizz fans. Our coverage continues with WREG's Jordan James live at FedEx Forum. Hey, Jordan.
Hey, Shay, many people are describing this relationship with Ja Morant as a roller coaster. And tonight things have hit a low point with a suspension looming.
Who doesn't make mistakes?
A question being interpreted
Oh,
differently as Memphians deal with the fallout from Ja Morant's suspension.
Show me somebody who doesn't make mistakes, and I'll say they don't know Jesus.
There are things that you can't
Oh
do
my
that
God.
you can do.
The 23-year-old has been suspended from team activities after he was seen on Instagram appearing to hold a gun, which resulted in a previous suspension back in March.
Got a second chance, and I felt like it's only to make it right. Show who Ja is.
Despite Morant attending rehab, he has found himself embroiled in controversy, ranging from allegedly assaulting a teenage boy to this latest incident, which could lead to a long-term suspension.
Knows better, but will he actually do better?
DeMichael Cole is the Memphis Grizzlies beat reporter for the Commercial Appeal and believes Morant's issues go beyond basketball.
He was talking about going into this offseason, having to be self-aware, having to have the self-discipline to do all the right things off the court. I think it's that simple for him.
Morant lost out on nearly $40 million in future earnings as a result of not being named All-NBA this season, and faces the possibility of losing sponsorships due to off-the-court issues, which has left fans disappointed.
I just hope that he just better, because we care about you, Ja. We want you to be all right. Try to do better for us, man, because we need you.
A plea for change amid an uncertain future for Ja Morant.
Same message that I've always gathered is, it's up to Ja.
And I can't.
Oh God!
You heard the old guy say? The old guy said, "We need you." My bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this nigga is 2 weeks into his offseason. They just lost. They just lost to the Lakers like a couple weeks ago, and this nigga already fucked up.
Yeah,
he fucked up according to like normal people, but to him, he just got a lot more cred in the hood. He's happy about that.
To a degree, but it's very, at this point, it's very expensive. Like
Memphis police
he's already getting cred. Like he hangs out with these guys. The fact that he hangs out with those type of guys in the club and look riding around, listening to music with them, that's cred.
Another thing I was going to say that I think you guys are being a bit too pessimistic about the rap music that they were saying for like Peace in the Hood or whatever they were doing. Because I mean, if you guys remember, we had about 15 years of peace after Self-Destruction came out. Remember that?
Yeah, man. The crime rate went way down after Self-Destruction.
Memphis police looking for 3 armed suspects wanted for robbing a tree trimming crew. 1 worker was hit in the head with a pistol while 7 employees were robbed.
They robbed the entire tree trimming crew. The entire guy. You ever seen those guys out there? They're like fucking bees and shit just all over the place. They robbed the entire crew.
Memphis police
Any
looking
bets
for
on
3
who?
armed suspects
In
wanted
Memphis?
for robbing a tree trimming crew. 1 worker was hit in the head with a pistol while 7 employees were robbed. WREG's Mike Suriani reports it's the latest crime targeting defenseless workers on the job.
Sherwood Forest, a long-established neighborhood off Park Avenue. It's in this community Wednesday morning, a crew of tree trimmers was robbed at gunpoint by 3 armed suspects in a red Dodge Charger. One of the workers...
A red Dodge Charger, man. Who y'all think did this, man?
Come on, man. You already know.
Make sure you hit the PayPal, the Cash App, and the Super Chat. Support the channel, guys. Ja Morant. This is where he lives at. This is where the city he plays in.
One of the workers was pistol whipped by a masked suspect. Friday, Earl Huffman was rehabbing a house not far from where the robbery took place.
My son used to live in this neighborhood.
Huffman says it's a shame anyone, especially in tree trimming and construction, is subject to have criminals sneak up and rob them.
I tend to keep my eyes open. I always make sure I keep my vehicle locked, that I don't leave any tools out.
Working with a chainsaw is already a dangerous job, made more perilous by armed thieves increasingly on the prowl for money and property.
We were working on White Station at Walnut Grove, removing some trees.
This man does not want to be identified, but is foreman of a tree trimming crew robbed May 1st in broad daylight.
4 people jumped out of the two vehicles with their guns drawn and robbed 2 of my guys.
He says 1 worker was slightly injured in a crime that took all of about a minute, cost his company $5,000 worth of chainsaws, and is demoralizing.
They took the chainsaws. $5,000 worth of chainsaws.
We taking everything, bro.
I don't know. I might have to just go zoom, 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 and shove it right into their chest.
Not when the gun's pointed at you.
Yeah, especially them. These people, you know, these guys will shoot you like they'll shoot you quick anywhere. They shoot you in front of City Hall.
This is the second time that it's happened to us. This is getting out of
Second time it's happened.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
Just imagine the level of crime and criminality when this one tree trimming company has had this happen to them twice. And the Scorpion unit is the problem.
Control, way out of control, when we have to go to work with, guns on our side just to make money in the city.
In Sherwood Forest, Mike Suriani, WREG News.
Unbelievable.
They need to have this like Fallujah in Iraq. They need to set up a perimeter with like an army looking out everywhere while they do their work.
Yeah, that's a dangerous city, man.
No, I think you got it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. Facts.
We have a crime alert tonight out of South Haven as the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is looking for accused burglars in a recent gun and jewelry store burglary. That burglary happened overnight Wednesday at the Fine Jewelry on Goodman Road East. 5 suspects were caught on camera breaking into the store, stealing several guns before running off. The New Orleans division.
God, look how much damage they do. The people who own this business gonna come in the morning, or maybe they see it, because a lot of people have hooked up to their phone, the security camera. So you're at home, you get an alert on your phone, you look and you see this shit, and you call the police, and the police are defunded. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna get there in time. You call the police and you rush down there, and these guys have been gone for fucking 30 minutes and shit.
That says South Haven. That's in Mississippi. They're not in Memphis, so they may not be defunded.
It's still proper. It's still Memphis proper. Memphis is right there on the edge. This is suburban Memphis.
I'm just saying they may not be defunded.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
The ATF and the National Shooting Sports Foundation are offering a combined $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. If you have any information, you're asked to call the ATF. That number 888-283-84.
Yeah, this is definitely something.
They're not even in much of a rush. That's crazy. I mean, they're not in much of a hurry in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man arrested for stealing a city vehicle and a carjacking of.
That's a different city, man. Let me stay on Memphis. Let me stay focused, man. Memphis.
It's unbelievable how many people those stolen guns are gonna kill.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look at this. The suspect who killed their famous rapper.
Continuing that breaking.
They love Young Dolph. He was their famous rapper. They love him. He's their greatest rapper. Look at this shit.
Continuing that breaking news in Young Dolph's case, Hernandez Govan, one of the prime suspects in the rapper's death, is now out of jail on a $90,000 bond.
$90,000
bond. Not even $1 million, $5 million, none of that shit. $90,000.
$90,000 bond. So he got to pay $9,000. $9,000. You kill their fucking. Their Nipsey Hussle, their fucking Tupac or whatever, and you get a $9,000 bond.
Rita Patterson was in court today and learned that new bond is based partially on new details of his possible role in the crime. District Attorney Steve Mulroy tells WREG Young Dolph's family agreed to the bond setting. Hernandez Govan.
His family agreed to the bond setting.
Is the man the DA first said solicited the killing of rapper Young Dolph in 2021. Now the DA says investigators have learned more information in his case.
We've come into some information about Mr. Govan's role and medical conditions that make us think that this is the best resolution in order to get justice for the case.
So at the end of the day, the court cited safety and medical concerns as 2 of the reasons for the bond. That case.
Fuck his medical concerns, right? Like they treat the criminals like they're the.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
But they're the victims and shit. Like this is and the family agreed to this shit. That's the sad part about this shit.
Man.
When I heard that the family agreed to it, I thought it was on some street stuff. Like, oh yeah, let them out. Yeah.
Nah, because they could have got his ass in the joint too.
True.
Exactly. That's the easiest place to get somebody, especially because they ain't going nowhere. This is crazy.
A Memphis man wanted for an armed carjacking in South Haven is now in jail after a police chase in Middle Tennessee.
WRG's Bria Jones joins us now live after speaking with the girlfriend of the carjacking victim. But Bria, let's start from the beginning here.
Well, Greg, this all started about 2 weeks ago. That's when South Haven police say that the suspect actually carjacked a DoorDash driver here in South Haven, but it wasn't until yesterday that police got a break in the case. A wild police pursuit landed this man, 31-year-old Roderick Poindexter of Memphis, behind bars in Metro Nashville. The chase happening more than 3 hours away and nearly 2 weeks after South Haven police say Poindexter carjacked this gold Cadillac from a Chili's on Goodman Road.
Before my boyfriend could get in the car, he jumped in the car and pulled a gun on him and told him, if you don't leave, if you don't let me have the car, then I'm going to shoot you.
Ashley Turner owns the car. She says her boyfriend was picking up a DoorDash order a little after 10 p.m. when he was met with a pistol in late April.
Before he could get into the building, the guy was running full speed towards him.
According to South Haven police, minutes before the carjacking, Poindexter was being pursued by Memphis police and had wrecked a stolen car near the restaurant.
Minutes before the carjacking, he was being pursued by the police and wrecked the car near the restaurant. So he just wrecked this car and then carjacked this guy to get a new car.
Okay, at the risk of victim blaming, okay, so the girlfriend owns the car that the guy is using to drive DoorDash. Who do you think the victim is?
Son, man.
There you go.
Probably a son, man. Yeah, because this is a rough looking glider girl, and they prey on these ones, man. He's got apartments,
and it's a very sunny town.
Yeah, you get a PlayStation out of this deal, man. You get a PlayStation and a place to stay out of them,
and a Cadillac.
Running full speed towards him.
According to South Haven police, minutes before the carjacking, Poindexter was being pursued by Memphis police and had wrecked a stolen car near the restaurant. After leaving the scene, he eventually made his way to North Nashville, where he was involved in a chase along I-40 involving both officers on the ground and in a chopper.
It's just really crazy. Just the fact that he got all the way to Nashville.
Metro Nashville police report when officers tried to block the vehicle, Poindexter started using the stolen car as a weapon, hitting an officer who was not seriously injured and then hitting 2 police cruisers. He eventually surrendered in Cheatham County.
I'm just glad that they got him. He's not a good person at all.
Turner says as her boyfriend replays the terrifying carjacking day after day, they're now worried that insurance may not cover their repairs.
He was real disappointed.
And that's another thing people don't understand. Insurance, if that Cadillac they got, they're gonna fucking be riding around in a goddamn Pontiac DeVille and shit. When they fucking Pontiac some shit, a Pontiac or fucking
in a rust bucket.
Yeah, the insurance doesn't give you the same car, even if you have full coverage.
As he said, he felt like he could have did more, but I told him no, because the car can be replaced, but he couldn't. And his life means more than a car.
Poindexter is currently in Nashville, where he is facing a slew of charges, including assault on an officer and reckless driving. Now, he'll then be brought back here to the Mid-South, where he will face additional charges both here in Memphis and South Haven. Fair reporting.
Nashville is a 2-hour drive from Memphis.
Yeah, man, far, man. He ended up all the way over there. That is, he was booking it, man. This is a rough city, man. A rough city. They got a lot of fucking problems, man. A lot of fucking problems, and you can't fix none of it. You can't fix none of these issues they got. All you can do is gentrify the city, man. That's all you can do. Gentrify the city.
And lock up criminals.
They got a Soros.
The man accused of
They got a
kidnapping.
Soros DA they just selected like last year, so he's gonna be there for a while. They just got a new Soros DA. They ain't gonna do that. Locking them up is not happening.
The man
I'm
accused
saying
of
all you can
kidnapping
do
and
is that.
sexually assaulting a young girl on her way to school was in court today. Good afternoon. I'm April Thompson.
And I'm Alex Coleman. WREG's Marcus Hunter was there and has an update. A week after making his first court appearance for charges of especially aggravated kidnapping and rape of a child, Ladario Gordon was back before Judge Louis Montesi. The 29-year-old is accused of kidnapping a 12-year-old girl at gunpoint and raping her as she walked to school near Ethelyn Avenue in Silver Street in mid-April. Prosecutors say they believe Gordon is a threat and they hope to keep him locked up.
Because
they believe he's a threat.
He raped a 12-year-old girl. They believe it's man. Kill that nigga, man.
Yeah, feed him feet first into a wood chipper.
Yeah, I told you they got a Soros DA here, man. They better hope that they might let this guy out, man, until this court date.
Locked up.
Because he's a danger to the community in our view, because he's accused of this particular rape, and then he's under investigation for a number of other rapes in that same area.
He's under investigation for another rape. And and these people are praying that they keep this guy.
Same area.
Gordon was only in court for a few minutes, spending most of his time having a conversation with this private attorney that his family just hired.
Please show substitution.
His family paid for a lawyer for him.
Yeah, what's that all about? This guy's been raping children, and his family paid for a lawyer.
But nobody's perfect,
Yeah, that's true. And he's touched some kids in that family. He has. He's touched some kids in that family.
Well, see, I have this idea that might fix Memphis. It would be like this elite team of like 30 cops that would run around in plain clothes and roll up on people in the midst of crime and maybe arrest them, and they'd be tough. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Mr. Gordon. Mr. Tim Williams is the attorney. The public defender's office is relieved.
Williams did not want to speak to us after court. Prosecutors say it could take some time before we know if Gordon will face more charges.
That'll probably be a while down the road. I can't really say just yet because they're still kind of in the process of being investigated. So it'll be a while, I think, before we know for sure.
Gordon is currently being held on a $500,000 bond in Memphis.
$500,000? Okay. That's pretty good for there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's the most you could ask for there.
Yeah, his family's already paying for his attorney. Lucky they probably put the house up or something to get his punk ass out.
Roger, welcome back in. A West Memphis man was shot and killed along Interstate 40 6 months ago. And this morning, his killer is still out there.
That's right. In this morning's Manhunt Monday, WRG's Greg Hirsch talked with the victim's mom, who says the killer not only took her son away, but also from his 3 young kids.
I need justice for my son.
With tears in her eyes, Erica Lewis is a mother on a mission to find answers. 6 months ago, Lewis's son, 21-year-old Yasmin Lewis, was killed on I-40 in West Memphis, Arkansas.
She was a phone call on November the 7th, around about 10:30 p.m. And that my son had been shot on the interstate.
Lewis says the day Yasmin was killed, he had been hanging out with friends. Later that night, he was at a music studio in Memphis. Lewis said,
rap involved. Whenever you throw rap into the mix, I mean, come on, man. Like,
also, as bad as Memphis is, West Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis is way sunnier than Memphis.
It's like East St. Louis,
Yeah, exactly.
Says Yasmin and another man had just left the studio, headed home to West Memphis, when someone pulled alongside them on the interstate and opened fire.
I just believe that someone followed him from the studio, and he was gunned down on the interstate.
Lewis says someone called her and told her
I
her
believe that
son
too.
had been shot, and she rushed to the hospital.
I just knew my son was going to pull through. And they came in there 3 hours later and said that he has passed. He's no longer with us.
Lewis says that night someone not only took her son's life, but they also took a father with 3 small children.
It hurts. And he have 3 kids that he know, 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, a 6-year-old, and
He have 3 kids that he knows. So that means there's other kids out there that might be maybe babies.
Children.
it hurts. And he have 3 kids that he know, 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, a 6-year-old, and we have to answer to them. They're asking now, where your ass? Where's my dad? We gotta have to tell them what actually happened to them one day. But right now, they're just looking for dad. The only thing we could say is he's in heaven.
Lewis refuses to let her son's case turn cold. She hopes someone will come forward and tell police.
He was in the streets, huh? He looked like
I
a
think
street.
so. I think he's in the streets.
How many kids do you think she has?
You know, maybe a couple, man. A couple, not too many, man. Maybe like 5, probably 5.
Somebody gonna randomly just follow you and kill you if you ain't in the streets. That's some street shit.
Yeah.
If you have any type of heart or conscience for me as his mom, a lot of y'all call me mama, and a lot of y'all was supposed to be his friends, and it turned out he didn't really have no friends.
If you know who killed Yasmin Lewis, you're urged to call Arkansas State Police at 870-633.
It's not that he ain't had no friends. It's that they
know how the street play. They know how the game goes.
Yeah.
The streets.
In the street, the blacks, we take the streets, we take that omerta stuff way more serious than the Italians. We do the not snitching thing in a weirder kind of way. Like, not snitching was meant for gangsters, and it was meant for affiliates of the mafia. You know,
organized shit. There's organized.
Yeah, these are just random. You in a Sun City, you got 1,000 random cliques of Sun men that all some are loosely affiliated, some aren't. They just, you know, then the players are all these interchanging, and this guy's with this clique this week, then he's hanging with this. There's no like big structure, and no one's a boss. There's nobody that can, you know, who can you know, call shots on a large level. You may call shots with your block or with your little crew, but you can't call shots on a level like a mafia boss can or underboss can. And
the omerta was supposed to be, you know, you don't talk to the police. You don't, even if you go in, you don't go and talk to the police. We'll get our lawyers to help get you out as an organized thing. And this one is, nobody in the community could talk to the police, but we'll go in and we'll talk to the police as much as we want to get our lighter sentence, because we'll talk as soon as we get in there.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. They'll snitch. They always snitch, but the community, the people in the community can't offer witness testimonies and things like that, which is what solves the cases most times. But they also don't snitch. There's no fun. No one visits you. No, if you're in the hospital, no one visits you. If you're in jail, the only person that visits you is your mama. If you're going to court, no one comes to your court dates other than your mama. It's the way we do things is so grimy and cruddy, man. Give me another city, man. Let's see what else is going on, man, around the country, man.
Hey, another thing, with those kids that was in this picture, I mean, they probably already had a very high chance of going into some sort of criminality behavior. But with his death, they're gonna be raised mostly by a single mom, maybe the grandma. I mean, that probably just sealed their fate.
Yeah, I mean, somebody said Seattle. Yeah, man. I mean, they will probably, if they're from that area, they were probably on that path anyway, man. Yes, it's There's nothing you can't get.
DeMar Dabney is trying to heal, but he says it's going to be a long road to recovery. He says that he doesn't know who the shooters are, but to him, they look like teenagers.
I'm very thankful for my life.
DeMar Dabney is trying to manage the stinging pain in his jaw as best he can after a group of teens or young adults shot up the SUV he was in, leaving fragments of bullets lodged in his cheek and his vehicle riddled with bullet holes.
I believe it entered here and also here, because as you can see.
DeMar winced as he took off his bandages to talk to us today.
My tooth was shot out, so I'm thinking the fragment went in like that and kept going, but they said the fragment is enlarged in my jaw area.
Speaking is much more difficult now, and DeMar is trying to hide the extent of his wounds from his young children.
Yes, it's just very excruciating, but what scares me is my kids seeing it. So I try to stay with my bandages on.
DeMar's life changed forever on May 6th when he and his fiancée Jessica went to visit a close friend that's considered family and her new baby. DeMar decided to stay in the car for a bit. 5 minutes later, he saw a group of young people.
That's something that you gotta be careful about doing. Sitting in your car in a Sun neighborhood. Yeah. Sitting in your car in a Sun neighborhood is like basically, yeah, you're basically like you're just attracting attention. Yeah, you're attracting attention because there's always sons hunting. I tried to tell y'all that before in past years that there's always roving bands of sons hunting, but now it's like way more. I was
gonna say I was in Boston in the city, and I was driving around with my girl, and I was showing her that, like, just look, like, because the weather was nice yesterday, and it's like dudes are just driving around hunting, like every car. It was like sun tees in every car, like precisely masked. Dudes headed out the window. Dudes just hunting on every corner, just driving around, looking, just hunting. Like, God, believe.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're hunting. So they're patrolling their hunting grounds, and they see you sitting in the car.
That's like chum in the water.
Yeah, exactly. And then they bend the corner, and they come back around, and you're sitting there, and they're like, "All right, who gonna get them?" You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna get them? I get them, and they pull up, and jumps out, and he gets you because here's the thing: that kid, if he gets caught for that crime of putting a gun to your head and pulling you out of your car, he may, and I mean may, do a weekend in jail if his mother want to teach him a lesson and not pick him up. His mother's like, nah, y'all keep him.
By the way, did you catch the name of his fiancée, Jessica?
Oh yeah, maybe a glider, man. Yeah, up in Seattle. Yeah, definitely. But this is the type of shit. This hunting thing is very serious, man. So try not to sit in cars in sunny neighborhoods. Just try not to, man. It's all. And if you sitting in a car and you see a car full of sun teens drive past you, and then they bend the corner, if they go straight, you might be okay. But if they bend that next corner,
if they double back, oh
yeah,
man,
you need to get out of there. You need to get out of there. You need to get out of there.
I almost got hunted one time. I was at a store late night. It was like 11 p.m. I came outside with my groceries and stuff like that, and then I was sitting in my car in the parking lot, and it was a little dim. And next thing I know, I got a knock on my window, and it's a sun man. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to fucking go. I was like, fuck, I'm about to be on OT, like dead. And then I rolled down the window. No, I didn't roll down the window. He was like speaking to me. He was speaking to me through the window up, and I was like, I ain't got no money. He's like, man, I ain't trying to ask you for no money, man. Then I rolled down the window. I just cracked it down a little bit. I was like, what is it? And he was like, man, I'm trying to get this ride over here, man. I'm trying to go down over here. I was like, man, I can't give you a ride. I put that shit in reverse so fast, I was gone. But it could have been, he just could have pulled out the gun.
You would have had a decision to make. Were you in a parking space?
Yeah. It could have went bad. Oh, I had another. Oh, let me tell you another story. Oh my God, one story real quick. I was leaving my parents' house. God, I was stupid as fuck growing up. I was leaving my parents' house driving. This random sun man was walking down the street, not too far from my parents' house, and he like flagged me down. I was like, and I'm so stupid. I stopped. He opened the door and got in my fucking car. And said, man, let me get the. Yeah, he said, let me get this ride over here, man. Oh, I'm trying to go to this place over here. And I was like, I must have been like 20 something. And I was like, oh, all right, man. All right, I'll take you. So I took him, and he took me to the bad area of town. And he like once he was getting ready to get out, he took all the change in my car and walked outside. And he goes, hey, hold on for a second, man. Let me talk to this dude real quick. And he started talking to some other sunmen, and I'm sitting here like a dumbass with my window rolled down. He's sitting over here talking, and this other sunman was like, man, you better go, man. You better go. I fucking
you got
just
some
sped
good
off.
advice from a random sunman there.
Man, it was absolutely insane. Like, I think he might have been asking for another dude, like, hey, man, you got a gun on you or something? Because I'm about to fuck this kid up.
You wouldn't have needed a gun. You wouldn't have needed a gun to get your car, though.
Yeah.
He was just going to get you to ride him around all day. He going to see how long he could take it.
Real shit.
Yeah, I guess, man. But that other guy was like, man, you better go.
He had to kidnap for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary, man.
So I try to stay with my bandages on.
DeMar's life changed forever on May 6th when he and his fiancée Jessica went to visit a close friend that's considered family and her new baby. DeMar decided to stay in the car for a bit. 5 minutes later, he saw a group of young people approaching with guns drawn, and they opened fire. He hit the floor.
The angle I was laying at, it was more or less like it was 3 shooters. So they were coming from this angle, and I'm in my car. When they started shooting, so I just laid down. And as I laid down, the angle must have hit like that and then lodged in my jaw. So it's excruciating.
Jessica and DeMar say they heard around 30 shots before it grew quiet. She ran outside and saw him jumping out of a window.
Terrified. I was freaking out. I was throwing up.
What does she look like? She looked like what? Teletubby? What's them things with the little thing on top of their head?
Oh my God. That's Teletubby.
Oh yeah.
I knew Jessica wasn't a very sunny name.
Yeah, this is yikes. That's man. Hey man, listen, man. She's out kicking her coverage, man. His brother, man, yeah, man, he getting the Xbox, goddamn everything out of this deal. A pound of weed at the first Thursday month. He doing good, man. Nice deal, man.
And saw him jumping out of a window.
Terrified. I was freaking out. I was throwing up. I couldn't. My kids were supposed to be with us.
The couple were shocked at the age of the shooter.
Holy shit. That stuff, man, ain't right, man. He ain't right. They be doing that though, don't they? Conservative, they be living good off this shit, don't they? Some man get one of these, he living good, man.
We in. That's love. That's love right there.
Yeah. So you think he losing? That's some man winning. In his own head, he winning.
Car, free shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Well, if he's got a sister, odds are what 50, 60, 70% that it's going to be just as unattractive, just as large. So you might as well get a white woman that's nicer.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what you talking about, man.
And the joint right here, it's a come up. When you're in the joint, even in the streets, it's a come up.
Yeah, it's a come up, man. My joints, I don't know. I ain't never had nothing like that. I'm sorry, man.
Hell no.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Maybe you know something I don't, Johnny. I never. Never.
Well, Rakita Law was talking about on vacations. He was out there, and you see these really skinny Sun men with these really well endowed sisters, and they're just, you know, and they just seem unhappy. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, this is rough, Jack.
And the fact that it was so random.
I know it had nothing to do with me, but the simple fact of there's so much violence going on in the community right now. All we can do to make a change is try to help each other and stop the violence, because I could have literally been taken away from my kids over something I had nothing to do with.
The two parents have decided to shield their kids from the truth, telling them that he took a spill rather than to traumatize them.
Because I don't want them to see like, oh, golly, Dad, what happened? And I hate lying to my kids, but I had to lie. You don't want to tell them about this right now. So it's like, yeah, Daddy fell hard.
Jessica has started a GoFundMe.
Look at the GoFundMe, $205, man.
God.
My God.
That's what you get though when it ain't no them teens. If one of them teens was white, man, you might have could have played something. But we know them teens were Sun teens, man. And you getting $205, but you lucky you got that. That was, they gave that begrudgingly, man.
Yeah, enough to patch up them holes inside his car.
Look, only 5 people donated, man. They gave that begrudgingly. That was like, man, here. Damn, man. Wow.
Yeah, Daddy fell hard.
Jessica has started a GoFundMe online fundraiser for medical expenses and to get a new vehicle, as the family is now without transportation. DeMar has also lost his income temporarily as he was working 2 part-time jobs as a security officer and with Instacart.
So it's just excruciating pain, but it's trying to bear through it for the kids, you know. But I know I just need to I need to get better so I can be able to work.
He also hopes surgery can eventually restore what the shooters have taken from him and his kids.
Cute kid, man.
I had a nice smile, I promise. Now it's just I'm going to have to...
Oh, my God. Is that a filter? What is that?
Yeah, that's a filter.
Yo.
That's just crazy.
That's crazy. What the?
Bahumba Clyde.
Pussy Clyde.
That's crazy.
Oh.
What's she, a glider or she mixed?
Yeah, there's something in there, man. She mixed, man. She mixed. She ain't no.
She's have some
deception.
Jesus Christ.
Now it's just I'm gonna have to go through therapy to be able, because the nerve damage of the situation. As you can see, this is majorly swollen. So to smile, like, it's hard to smile. I have to smile like, I barely can do that. Can't laugh. So my kids make me laugh. I gotta. So it's just super painful to even, like, not even just like physical wise, emotionally wise, because I can't even be the same dad I'm used to being.
Yeah, they both have filters on.
Information in our story at fox13seattle.com. Meantime, Jessica says that she has a surgery consult scheduled for DeMar. And we also reached out to Lakewood Police to see if they had any comment on the case and are waiting to hear back. Reporting from Lakewood, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
Wow. Seattle, man. You can't even sit in your car. Fucking Seattle, man. Damn.
A few of my boys got killed, like sitting in their cars and shit.
Yeah, man, it's rough in the stand, man. Stand just chew you up and spit you out, man.
Well, in the car, you're especially vulnerable because you're sitting down and you have limited areas of egress.
Yeah, and the other part is the major part, though, Johnny. The fact that somebody's gonna come up and fucking shoot you. Like, without that part,
you're good.
Your car.
You can see your car all day.
Yeah, it was for the person that comes up and shoots you, and that usually only happens in certain areas.
or stray bullets and shit.
Yeah, it's just, man.
Yeah, the car isn't stopping any bullets either. It's thin sheet metal, if that.
Yeah, man. Man. Give me another city, man. Give me another city, man. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Support the channel, man. Shout out to everybody on Rumble. Johnny Reb coming through on Rumble, man. Salute to, yeah, we already shouted the other one out. Yeah, salute to everybody watching on Rumble. Salute to everybody watching on Ock Nation Gold, man. We also got a stream going on Op Nation Gold. We casting, man. DC. We casting out this bitch. You heard me? We got 3 channels going, man.
You heard?
Yeah, man. Casting, man. Fucking Op Nation News, Op Nation Gold, and Rumble, man.
Everybody hit that like and subscribe, man.
Yeah, definitely. DC. I'm being DC in a couple weeks.
New tonight, we've got some video just into our newsroom a few hours ago that you got to see. It shows an alleged flash mob type robbery at a convenience store in Foggy Bottom. The manager at the store let WUSA 9 contributor Anthony Peltier.
This is George Washington University. Stuff like this never used to happen up there. Stuff like this never. They're expanding. When we say they're everywhere now, this is proof. If this is happening at Foggy Bottom, they're everywhere.
Manager at the store let WUSA 9 contributor Anthony Peltier record this surveillance footage. You can see there are dozens of people coming into the store at the same time. Some of them took stuff without paying.
A lot of these are gliders. These might be GW students, man. George Washington University students, because there's a lot of gliders mixed into this group, man.
Footage. You can see there are dozens of people coming into the store at the same time. Some of them took stuff without paying. Employees say the flash mob managed to steal $1,000 worth of merchandise in just 1 minute. This happened.
Okay, I see what happened. The sons are the flash mob, and the gliders are probably students from the area that just were in the store and were like, shit, I'm gonna take some shit too.
Manager at the store let WUSA 9 contributor Anthony Peltier record this surveillance footage. You can see there are dozens of people coming into the store at the same time. Some of them took stuff without paying. Employees say the flash mob managed to steal $1,000 worth of merchandise in just 1 minute. This happened at the 7-Eleven on New Hampshire Avenue and 24th Street in Northwest. And our Rafael Sanchez Cruz explains this isn't the first time this store has been hit.
Flash mob robberies have become increasingly common at high-end retail stores in the district, according to DC police. But take a look at this surveillance video at around.
Look at how much stuff they take out of the store. Look at this. They take the whole fucking. They
just grab a whole rack, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Take a look at this surveillance video at around 3:17.
Yeah, these are sons. See, all the flash mob is sons.
A group of more than 40 people enter the 7-Eleven.
That's all sons. But the students, the people that's in there at first it's a glider. There's some gliders in there because they're college students.
17 Sunday evening, a group of more than 40 people enter the 7-Eleven on New Hampshire Avenue in Foggy Bottom. It should be noted we're not clear if everyone in this video participated in the taking of store merchandise.
They take everything, all drinks, all candy, everything they take and go.
And this 7-Eleven is a franchise. This is his own business. This is not like a 7-Eleven. This is basically a corner store under the umbrella of 7-Eleven. This guy owns this shit, so he's taking the loss.
The 7-Eleven employee narrating over the footage that shows the crowd inside the small convenience store. Some taking items from the shelves. Others are just customers getting swept in by the mob.
It's pretty scary seeing that many people all coordinate and come together and steal stuff from a local store. It's pretty sad to see, honestly.
No, this guy, he tried to stop, but they talk very bad, this guy.
The employee says the man at the door tried to stop.
He tried to stop, but they talk very bad. They talk to him very bad.
Yeah, he should do like the other Indian dude and lock the door in there.
Oh yeah, man.
Patel just arrived to the United States like last week.
and he's already got a franchise. He already jumped in the game. He jumped in the game, man. These sons been here 40 years. They still ain't in the game, man.
Yeah. Got his own
Stop the mob
stores.
from coming in, but the people pushed through.
All these people, they robbery. All these people, they robbery.
Employees say they saw the people ride off on bikes. Others fled towards the Foggy Bottom metro station that is just across the street.
They just grab everything and they go.
But this is not the first time the 7-Eleven has been targeted. Last year, according to employees and police, another flash mob orchestrated an almost identical theft. But employees say the crowd was twice as large.
Scary. I feel bad for the people who work in there for sure.
Rafael Sanchez Cruz, WUSA 9.
Right.
You know, this was all males. There wasn't no females in there. All males.
No, yeah, it's just a bunch of apes, man.
WUSA 9 at 11 starts with breaking news in the district. Right now, a girl is in the hospital fighting for her life after someone shot her. Good evening. I'm Casey Nolan. We learned about this just about an hour ago. DC Fire tells us the girl was actually dropped off at a Southeast fire station around 9:20 tonight. But police tell us she was actually shot on Hayes Street Northeast off the Anacostia Freeway, right near the southern end of Kenilworth Park. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz is live there tonight. And Rafael, I understand we just got an update from police. What do we know?
Remember, there was a 14-year-old girl shot in Philly tonight. This girl, no, Baltimore. It was a 14-year-old boy shot in Philly yesterday. 14-year-old girl shot in Baltimore today. And then this little girl shot in D.C.
This area is.
Hey, Casey, well, we're still waiting for that official update from DC police, but about an hour ago, they did give us that information that you just mentioned, that young girl that was shot here on Hayes Street, but she was actually taken to a fire station in Southeast DC, which is 2 miles away. I want to show you the very active scene that's still going on. Investigators are combing through the evidence as we speak, and as we said, we're waiting for that media briefing at any moment. Right now, we're seeing the PIO approaching us so we can get that update on the information. They did describe her injuries as life-threatening injuries, and she arrived at that fire station in Southeast DC around 9:20, and then officers identified this as the scene. But we were actually speaking to neighbors just a couple minutes ago. They're saying they're really upset because this is the second shooting that they've had in the last month. They describe it like a war scene, and actually a lot of the vehicles that are right behind me and these homes have bullet holes. We want to hear from one of the frustrated neighbors that says that change needs to happen tonight, and he's of course waiting for a response. Let's listen to what he had to say.
It's sad that what happened to the young lady. It is sad what happened to the little girl. They don't come here. They don't come on this side of the town in Northeast.
Incidents that they're seeing in their neighborhood, bullets whizzing through their windows, and they're all, of course, very concerned about this young girl. And we're still working to get more information about her.
We seem to have lost Rafael's audio there for a second, but as you heard him say, we are waiting for an update from police.
Wow. Oh yeah, there was this damn thing about speaking of DC, man. Damn, speaking of DC, there was this post I wanted to show y'all, man. On Twitter, man. God damn, DC, these people are fucking crazy, man. Absolutely effing crazy in DC. I can't tell you. I gotta show you. They're so crazy. I have to show you. I can't tell you how crazy these people are. Let me see if it's still up. And listen, DC is out of control. Out of control. Let me just. I'm gonna play another video. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna look for that.
New tonight, we've got some video.
Yeah,
just
we gotta go to Anderson. Gotta go to Indianapolis next because they had a mass shooting tonight.
Well, unfortunately, it's been a violent start to this Mother's Day weekend in Southeast D.C. One of the victims now fighting for his life. He's just a teenager. Melissa Kim reports.
It is a quiet Saturday morning in the 2900 block of Knox Place Southeast. But just hours before, DC police say a teenager was shot here at 6:33 in the morning. That boy is in the hospital fighting for his life, according to officials. And then less than 2 miles away from there, police say 23-year-old Romello Hammond was shot and killed just after 10:30 on Friday night. Neighbors I spoke to say it happened in this alley here just behind me. That area in the 900 block of Varney Street Southeast is just steps away from this building where seniors live. I spoke to one of them who didn't want to be interviewed, but he told me that he heard gunshots on Friday night and saw police officers on Varney Street until about 4 o'clock in the morning. That man told me that this is usually a quiet neighborhood, but lately there have been more instances of gun violence, and he wants the city to do something about it because he wants to enjoy his life at his age. He says he's 75 years old and doesn't go outside of the senior housing facility after it gets dark at night. DC Police is offering a $25,000 reward for information in the homicide investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact them. In Southeast, Melissa Kim, WUSA 9.
Yeah, dog, man. Jesus Christ. You know, the Redskins selling. I mean, well, not the Redskins. The Commanders are selling the team, man.
Developing tonight, one dangerous hour in D.C. 4 different shootings in a matter of minutes. Thankfully, no one died.
1 hour, 4 shootings in a matter of minutes. And this is different. This is a different situation than the one we just.
Crazy.
Like
4 in 1 hour.
Yeah, these people are crazy, man. Those people in DC are fucking bonkers, my G. They just like the gun laws are so strict there. It's just you would think it was like Texas, man, or some shit. The way the people just shoot guns in public, man. You wouldn't know that. Like it's like the strictest gun laws in the country. You got the president, you got all the congressmen, all the senators there. Gun laws are hella strict there.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that shootout they had on it was like on a Ring camera and shit, and the dudes like had AKs and all type of shit.
Yeah, I know exactly where that was at. Yeah, it's just.
Developing tonight, one dangerous hour in D.C. 4 different shootings in a matter of minutes. Thankfully, no one died, but once again, we're talking about yet another violent day in D.C.
Yeah, our John Henry is actually in Northwest where a vigil about violent crime is supposed to get underway, and it was scheduled before all of this happened, right, John?
Yeah, that's right. Locals here in the Petworth neighborhood here in Sherman Circle are gathering to demand.
This is where I stay at when I'm in DC sometimes. Petworth. I know exactly where this is at, man.
What's that? Nice neighborhood?
Right, John?
Hell no. Nah. It's a Gliders have gentrified it. This historically, well, no, don't get me wrong. Like, it looks nice. Like the houses, it's residential. There's no projects. It's just all like single family homes, big structures, nice. Like it looks like Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking the Cosby Show. But sons lived there. It was 100% son neighborhood in the 90s and the 2000s. And then since like 2000s, Glider's been slowly. So now it's probably 50-50 Glider son.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but the violence, the sons are committing the same amount of violence because they're not being prosecuted. So like I said before, you don't need as many sons to make the same amount of crime as you did back in the day. Because back in the day, sons would commit crime, they get locked up, they get sent to jail, then more sons will commit crime. Now, a small group of sons can commit the same kind of crime because they're going to keep getting out the next day.
Real shit.
Yeah, that's right. Locals here in the Petworth neighborhood here in Sherman Circle are gathering to demand an end to gun violence and also remember someone who was gunned down in this community just 2 days ago. As you said, this happened on a particularly violent day yet again here in D.C. There were 5 shootings here in D.C. And as you said, though fortunately all non-fatal, but as you said, 4 of them happened within 1 hour.
70 has another shoot.
From 11:30 to 12:30. The district's problems with gun violence were put on display for everyone to see yet again.
Don't feel confident breathing.
Bullets grazed 4 people in 4 locations. The 3700 block of J Street Northeast, the 600 block of 46th Place Southeast, 1500 block of Good Hope Road Southeast, and the 2600 block of Bernie Place Southeast. 4 shootings in 1 hour.
Wow, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yeah.
Northeast resident Yolanda Brown fears for the safety of innocent people just going about their day.
We have to be mindful that we have little children out here, kids, people, aunts, every day.
As you heard, she was disturbed by the speed of today's events. After all, DC experienced 5 shootings Friday, just 13 hours into the day. But perhaps what may be even more troubling is that total is still fewer than the number of shootings DC has observed on average just 132 days into the year. MPD data shows typically DC sees a little more than 7 shootings each day in 20.
God, dog.
That's
7
shootings a day
in the nation's capital with the strictest gun laws in the country. I mean, and you got Biden. Think about it. This is where Joe Biden lives.
No solutions.
He lives here. He doesn't come here and stay here sometimes. Joe Biden lives here.
This should be the safest city in the safest state in the nation.
And he just said today at Howard University, which is a stone's throw from Petworth, where this neighborhood is they're talking about. He just said today that white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. And he lives in this city. And I promise you, 99.7% of this is sons.
Oh, we know. You should have said 99.9.
Well,
Like
every
you said,
once in a while, Brito just act a fool.
like you said, it's election season.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember when he said during his first run, when he goes, I don't care what anyone tells you, a black man invented the light bulb.
Louis Lattimore, he didn't. He helped with the filament. The
Right.
Yeah.
But what he was implying is that don't believe that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. He wasn't that nuanced about it. He goes, I don't care what anybody tells you.
Yeah.
I think he was speaking to some
He was just pandering.
kids.
He was just pandering.
Yeah, he was just pandering. And then what he's doing in Howard is just pandering for votes. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's sickening, man. Yeah, this city right here, you don't even he don't have to look no further. He don't have to talk about Chicago like everybody. Look, the violence in Chicago, nah, motherfucker. The violence where you live at, motherfucker.
Yeah, this should be safe. This city should be safe. Lockdown and real shit.
Yeah, this happens where you live.
And the strictest gun laws too. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Perhaps what may be even more troubling is that total is still fewer than the number of shootings DC has observed on average just 132 days into the year. MPD data shows typically DC sees a little more than 7 shootings each day in 2023.
But the crime rate around here really doesn't surprise me at all.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't at all.
This just becomes so normal.
It just becomes normal.
In the end, Brown told us something we've heard time and time again on DC streets, a call for peace.
Help each other. Get together. Just stop the killing.
Now, this meeting here in Petworth is going to be taking place any minute now. You can actually see some people participating right now. As for solutions to all of this, you may know that the mayor held a public safety summit earlier this week where people tried to come up with ideas as to how to stop all of this gun crime here in the district. And many people said, including Yolanda Brown right there, that they want more police officers on DC's streets.
I want to see them gliders doing that painting at around 10 p.m. at night when the news crew is gone. See how that works out for them.
They know to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a task, it's an agreement. Everyone knows, like, don't do that. don't do that at night, man. They know. Now, you may see one walking a dog, like, dog got to poop at night. They may take the dog out to poop or something like that. But, everyone knows, man. Sons rule the night, man. Everyone knows. Yeah, they're like at night, that's it's their world, and we've agreed to that. Like, everybody's agreed to that. By the way they vote, by the things they protest for, everybody's agreed to it.
And we will shoot you in the
DC
daytime
has a
too.
serious
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
DC has a serious problem with crime. We've told you, district leaders say they're trying to find solutions. This is how bad it is. Right now, MPD data says violent crime is up 11% compared to this time last year. So many lives altered by this violence. Now the mayor says she has an idea to fix it. The solution involves keeping repeat offenders off the streets. Our John Henry.
Why is that a novel idea? Why is that like? I promise, in 2019, she was the mayor in 2019. In 2019, she wouldn't have had to say that. That just would have been that would have been normal. Fast forward to 2023, she's like a fucking genius for coming up with that.
Yeah, we should have them stay in jail and shit. That's a good idea.
She's getting applauded for something that was just normal 3 years ago. It's insane, man.
When she's talking about repeat offenders, why not just first-time offenders?
Well, yeah, but these guys are like, they're never first-time offenders. Like, these guys' first offenses when they're 13, man.
Or like 12, 11.
They're never a first-time offender. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get a first-time offender. He's like, you just not. I have 4 felonies. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, I've I was getting arrested when I was 15. Not arrested, but detained and take me home to my mother. This, you're not gonna catch the guy who carjacks you. There's no way he's a first-time offender. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible.
Hell no.
The fact that you said that you got 4 felonies kind of leads me to believe there might be a solution. Because you kind of got fixed. You're not still.
He's still
out there. Old.
He's still a son man. He's still a son man.
I'm old, and I'm like, I stay away from sons right now. Like, for instance, man, like, I can work too. Like, I can work a job. It's a miracle, man. It's a miracle I'm not doing fucking a bunch of time, just like a bunch of other guys. I mean, it's a bunch of it's just a miracle. I'm thankful for the grace of God. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's because of something I did and because it wasn't. I was doing everything to go the other way. So it's just the way the cookie crumbled, man.
Same here.
Violence. Now the mayor says she has an idea to fix it. The solution involves keeping repeat offenders off the streets. Our John Henry joins us now to break down the mayor's plan from outside of MPD headquarters.
Mayor's office told us we should expect it to introduce legislation either tomorrow or Monday to reform the pretrial detention process here in DC. A number of people told us at the Crime Summit yesterday they believe that needs to be fixed in order to fight crime here in DC.
Right now in D.C., if you're arrested for allegedly committing a crime, there's a good chance you'll be released pre-trial.
Yeah, that's so true. That They call it on PR, personal recognizance. They don't do bond. They just release you on your personal recognizance in DC. So you don't have to pay nothing. You just fucking get out.
Trial Services Agency for DC said in fiscal year 2022, 85% of cases resulted in defendants being released pre-trial.
85% of the people that were arrested
That's
were
nuts.
released.
They basically let everybody back on the streets.
85%. Literally, think about it. Think about if you were a basketball player and you shot 85% from the fucking field.
Nice.
Or you were a football quarterback and you completed 85% of your passes. Like, I mean, or you screwed 85% of the girls you hollered at. Like,
Yeah.
that's a fucking lot. 85% is a huge number, Jack.
And out of 85%, think about how many of those like reoffended again or just some another.
And then
crime.
they get out again. Yeah. Most of these are reoffended because this is counting every arrest. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get out again. You call, you get out again. You call, you get out again. You call. Listen, that's why I tell you, man. Like I did a lot of stuff that got no paper, man. DC, they have a thing called no paper, where it's not even case. It's not even dismissing the case. It's erasing the case. Case dismissed means there's still a record of your shit. In DC, they got a thing called no paper. You get in front of the judge, and he just say no paper. You sign some shit, and then you just walk out the courtroom. But whatever happened, never happened. It's never brought up again. It just, it's like a fucking magic eraser for crime. Anybody from DC know what I'm talking about? No paper. They just no paper shit.
If judges are mandated, they are required to release people back into the community, which happens right now because of a law enacted in the District of Columbia back in 1992.
But DC Mayor Muriel Bowser said Wednesday her office will soon introduce legislation aimed at stopping reoffenders, people convicted of violent crimes in the past, of getting pretrial release after committing new alleged crimes in the future.
We think the expectations in the community is that if you committed a violent crime, you're convicted of a violent crime, and you commit another one, that you should be detained.
U.S. Attorney for D.C. Matt Graves said he welcomes having a conversation about how to reform pretrial detention practices, as it's not been a focus in recent years.
Candidly, that has not been where the dialogue has been over the last decade or so. The dialogue has been over how can we have more people released because they have not yet been convicted.
Now, some people are concerned about this idea, including Black Lives Matter DC, which says the presumption.
Black Lives Matter is concerned about this shit. This is what they think about it. Think about all these stories. The first time we hear Black Lives Matter is because they're concerned about them clamping down on the crime. You didn't hear Black Lives Matter with all those black bodies lying in the street. That is insane.
Over the last decade or so,
crazy.
The dialogue has been over how can we have more people released because they have not yet been convicted.
Now, some people are concerned about this idea, including Black Lives Matter DC, which says the presumption of innocence is supposed to exist and include people who have been arrested or convicted in the past. John Henry W.
Yeah, but none of them niggas is innocent. They all did. Listen, man, it's so hard to get arrested in DC, man. It's so bagged or whatever they call it, man. It's so hard to get arrested. Cops ain't just going around scooping niggas up. You did that shit, man. You did that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? When the cops arrest your ass, you did that shit, Jack. I ain't even trying to act like no activist. I'm gonna act like a dude that know, man. When because I ain't on trial for nothing. I'm not trying to play no games. Man, them niggas did that shit. Well, you see a nigga in the back of a squad car, he did that shit, man.
The cops just don't come and snatch niggas up.
Yeah,
For no
man, he did that shit, man. Period.
I was gonna say that a few years down the line, some nonprofit is gonna do some research about how this is disproportionately affecting son teens. This new initiative is disproportionately affecting son
Definitely.
teens, and
Without a
it's
doubt.
racist. And then they're gonna have to drop this
Yeah,
initiative.
but just for now, let us have it to get things, get our bearings. Man, make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel.
Not a BLM can help it.
Yeah.
We have to talk about a video getting a lot of attention online. It shows a pretty brazen thief you can see right there just clearing the shelves at a CVS in Bethesda.
Yeah, you and I both shared this last night, and we were
And
talking.
this is Bethesda, so this is money. This is real money. This is gliders.
Right.
This is Montgomery County. This is fucking the best and brightest the DMV got as far as gliders. Chevy Chase, Bethesda, Kensington area. Those gliders, like, this is a nice community, Jack.
Talking about it then. People stood by and watched as that masked man scooped up products and put them in a bag. You see somebody calling 911 in the back. He was apparently working with a couple other people. But right now, police aren't sharing any additional details about.
Just walking out. You see him just walking out.
That's
And
crazy.
he put that bag over his shoulder like he was Santa Claus.
Hell yeah, man. He is Santa Claus. When he get back around the way, man, shit, man.
Working with a couple other people.
Goodies.
But right now, police aren't sharing any additional details.
They're not running. They're not sweating. They're not scared.
About suspects.
Yeah, and by the way, this isn't the
But
first
he's
time
smart,
this has
though.
happened. We looked at the police reports and found stores across our area have been getting hit a lot lately.
Sometimes multiple times.
Yeah.
Scott Broom spoke to retail experts who say this is a crime epidemic that is not getting better.
That video is an example of what the industry calls organized retail theft, executed by gangs of grab-and-go shoplifters, in this case filling trash bags and bolting, while helpless clerks stood by. It's a crime epidemic that gained momentum during the pandemic and is not slowing down, according to retail experts. The most recent National Retail Federation security survey says these incidents were up 26.5% in the past year. In this case, the thieves targeted high-end La Roche-Posay sunscreen cosmetics, clearing off the shelves in seconds. On eBay, some La Roche-Posay products sell for nearly $50 each. Retail loss experts say much of the stolen product is resold online. The CVS in Bethesda is the latest store to be hit. According to Metropolitan Police reports, it's just a 9-minute drive from a CVS on MacArthur Boulevard in the district that was hit. A Massachusetts Avenue store in the district was hit 3 times in 4
They're hitting all the glider spots because that's probably where they have that stuff at.
And it's easy, and it's easier too. Like it's not locked up. Like a lot of stuff ain't locked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say they could. I would say they could. The solution would be, to put a barcode on that could be traced. But it doesn't matter. They'll still get out of jail. There's no solution to this. No solution.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. But here's the thing: this is a different jurisdiction, Montgomery County, but it's just as woke. So like, that's the problem with DC DMV area. Even though this is Maryland now, right across the border into Maryland, the same thing's going to happen. There's going to be no punishment. Now, if they go into Virginia, then they might face some consequences.
Oh yeah.
4 days.
VA don't play. VA
According to
does not play.
police reports. In a statement, Montgomery County Police said bystanders should immediately call 911 to report the incident. We encourage everyone to be aware of their surroundings at all times, and if they see something, say something. The police statement aligns with social media reports from people claiming to be CVS employees posting company policies. Members of store management are no longer allowed to attempt to recover product from customers who are shoplifting, nor are they allowed to attempt to detain or apprehend customers. CVS says it will not comment on that post or the recent incidents at stores in the D.C. area. But a retail employee chimed in on Reddit saying, the reason we don't have security is it increases the amount of aggressive shoplifting, i.e., they're more likely to use their weapons. A Walmart executive told MSNBC theft is leading to...
They don't have security.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He at home laughing. He at home laughing at this news clip.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, they flipped it.
They voted for this shit, so fuck it.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. I think when they voted, when everybody was hyped up off BLM and all that stuff, they didn't understand what it looked like. They didn't understand what soft on crime looks like. I think they thought that every black person that was locked up was some victim. No, Jack. In fact, they're racist. Because this is how those people prove they're racist. They're the racists because they didn't differentiate between regular black people and black criminals. They saw every black criminal as a black person.
Yeah, as a son, as a victim.
Which is what they accuse
Right.
racist white people of doing. Seeing every black person as a black criminal. They saw every black person as a black criminal. It said we got to save every black person from these laws. When really, it's a group, it's a subset of the black community that is doing this stuff. So now you've made the laws by classifying them as black instead of as criminals. You've made the laws easy on them in those criminal element. They're going to take advantage of that, man, because they're bad people.
i.e., they're more likely to use their weapons. A Walmart executive told MSNBC theft is leading to rising prices and some store closures. He called on prosecutors to get aggressive on organized shoplifters. The losses are staggering. According to the National Retail Federation, it's closing in on $100 billion a year. Police have issued no suspect.
No suspect. Yeah. Don't matter.
$100 billion.
Yeah, we're expensive, man. We're a very expensive group of people, man. And we talking about reparations. That's your reparations.
Yeah, $100 billion. That's a stolen shit. Fucking stores, like retail stores. What the fuck?
Exactly. You're getting your reparations. If they give you any more, shit, man, gliders will probably give them more though. Gliders might. Shit, gliders just might give them more shit. Yeah, gliders, man. Y'all on some other shit, man. But yeah, it's Sunday night, man. Let me get out of here, man. Salute to everybody. Peace out. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Peace.